Hey y'all, this is the collective energy reading for Midlife Women, June 22nd through 29th, and this is the perfect card for us right now. I'm Stephanie, I'm an intuitive energy reader, and I hold space for deeper self-awareness, movement through stuck places, and reconnecting with your own inner knowing. Each week I pull one tarot card to harness and highlight the collective energy that we're moving through as midlife women. So we have a minor arcana card. It is the 10 of Wind. This is called the Way of the Cross. And the minor arcana card's a little bit more focused energy, telling us what to focus on. The card is swords, right? Of the mind, the mental, the mind space, not just thinking, but the capacity that the mind holds to figure, create, do, understand, learn, and contain information. Here we are at the 10. This is the end of a cycle, 1 through 10 in the minor arcana cards. And they build upon each other. The information builds on itself. It's a process of learning and growth. It's like an evolution. In each of these elements in the minor arcana, we have the earth, air, wind, fire. And it doesn't mean that this card doesn't contain any of those other elements. It just means that we're working through this phase with more focus. We are at the culmination of this mental wind or sword phase. And I'll be honest, this card got me kind of jumbled up in my mind at first when I looked at it. And as I kept looking at it and I kept receiving the information from it, I realized that's part of this card. It's really about our minds and the fact that our minds, or the mind and thinking energy, is not the only thing to focus on, and how much we really do focus on it and how much we put into it. And we're at a point now as a collective where we've reached the edge and are expanding beyond our awareness that we are more. We reached this edge in our mental capacity. We're done with a cycle. We're at the 10. We're moving out and beyond. And it becomes a little confusing when this happens. It becomes a little uncomfortable. We become a little bit disoriented because we're moving into territory that we haven't been before. And we have to kind of get used to it. It's like dipping our toes in. It's like when you're cooking and you have to temper an egg or temper something, right? You don't just throw it into the hot sauce. The egg will get scrambled. You have to temper the egg with a little bit of the warm liquid. And that's what's happening. We don't have to force it to happen. We don't have to do anything but be aware and to ask ourselves right now, how am I doing? I know for sure that I've been feeling this a lot in the past weeks, uncomfortable, a little bit disoriented, and there's a lot of discomfort, and it's not clear what it's from. It's not clear actually what it means. It's that we're moving into expansion, into newness, and it feels weird. There is an expansion happening. We've gotten to the edge, and we've learned so much in this phase, and now we're moving on. We're not leaving it behind. We are expanding. So that means we're building upon everything that we've known for the greater good of us as individuals and us as a collective, not only women in midlife, which this reading is for, but the collective of the whole of humanity, the whole of the universe, the whole of the earth, the whole of everything. We're all connected, right? So my eye is completely drawn to the arrows in this bullseye here. Not only does this signify that we've kind of hit our mark and we've reached our capacity, but it's almost like a road leading somewhere, leading inward, leading into the darkness, leading into the expansion. So it's a double meaning. We're focusing on a point, like we put all of our energy and availability of the mental into this one focus point, and then that point is leading us to further expansion. So it's very focused and expansive at the same time. So what does this actually mean? It really means that we're clever. We are very smart, and we, whether we know it or not, pay attention on energetic levels below the surface or between the things that we don't consciously acknowledge. And that's okay, because that's the way of our 3D reality. But now we're becoming aware that there is more to reality. We're able to start to see more than the 3D physical reality. Our awareness is expanding beyond into the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dimensional realities. So right now, awareness really is key. Awareness is key to living on our lives on this planet. Awareness is key in growth. Awareness is key in learning about ourselves and the realities we live in. Awareness is key to learning about anybody else. We are a very action-oriented species. We are action-oriented because it's in our DNA to act when we need to act, when we are in fight or flight stress response. But we don't need to be in action all the time. And the action orientation of us as a species has really turned into reaction. We are reacting all the time to our outside world. We are reacting all the time to something somebody said. We are reacting to the belief system of somebody else. We are reacting to the state of the world. And yeah, these things are reactive. And what's trying to be said here is that it's not bad to feel your reaction. It's not bad to notice and have a reaction internally, which are called feelings, right? To say, oh, this is bringing something up in me. But that's not what has been happening. Reactions cannot be denied, but can you stop and bring your awareness there first? The awareness that you're having a reaction. What is the reaction? What is the feeling? Noticing, but not reacting immediately. This is the time where we're getting wise. We're smart midlife women. We are one of the wisest beings on the planet. Don't let anybody tell you differently. And so awareness really is key here. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? And when you don't know, you just don't know. And that's okay. That is part of the awareness too. And it's uncomfortable not to know. It's uncomfortable to say, I don't know what to do. But the key here, when we say and when we feel and we are confused and disoriented and don't know, is to be in that for a little while with ourselves. And it's okay to ask for advice. It's okay to talk to mentors. It's okay to talk to friends and partners and then hash it out. But when we respond and react by saying, I don't know, I'm just going to look to somebody else to answer it for me, that's where we were, and that's what we are growing out of. That's where we reacted and reached out and tried to figure it all out, looking outside of ourselves to find all the answers, but that's not where they are anymore. That's not where they ever were. We're finding guidance and the answers from within, and we're learning how to do that, and it's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable phase. And in our society, you can see it. We're moving out of that. Everything in front of us has been showing us that we can't receive our wisdom and our guidance from without. It's just not cool. It's not cool what's happening out there, right? So we're looking within. And how do we do that? Well, we start with just being aware of the discomfort, aware of the disorientation, just aware of it. And then we have our touchstones, right? A touchstone is something in our lives that brings us back to who we truly are. It brings us back to the reality that we want to live in, back to some kind of grounding in here, in what is and where we are. We look around, we can't live in like closing our eyes meditation land forever, right? We can't live in a journey or healing phase forever. We have to be grounded in the here and now sometimes. And so that's what a touchstone is. A touchstone can be your meditation practice where you're just grounding for 5 minutes a day. A touchstone can be spending time with your animals. A touchstone can be being at home or in a comfortable environment. A touchstone can be the work you're doing in the world. A touchstone can be picking flowers. A touchstone can be going to your favorite place or having a routine that makes you feel grounded and comfortable. A touchstone can be writing in your journal. A touchstone can be looking at that plant that you have. It's different for everybody, but it's something that brings you back to home base. The way of the cross is the sun in Gemini. Here you can see it on the card, and I don't focus a lot on astrology, but they are always part of these cards. They always are part of the energy because we reflect the planets and stars, and they reflect us. So just a note really quick here, the sun, the power, the expansion, the shining, the light on the expansion, like the exposure, the uncovering of it all. When the light shines on us, we see everything, all the good and the bad, all the flaws and everything. And with Gemini, we are noticing that it's not just one way. Not just one way, that's right. We can see things from both sides. We can be hard and soft. We can be fun and depressed. We can be, responsible for what we have to do and then the next day be totally irresponsible. That's just the way it is. And we're starting to accept that more about ourselves as women navigating this stage of life. And as we see more, we are exposed to more about ourselves internally in our lives, and also in the outside world, we're seeing more. We're always seeing more, and it's coming quickly. We're rapidly seeing more of the flaws and the cracks in the systems, the exposure that comes as a reflection of our internal selves, right? So we can't just be looking outside and seeing more and going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, look at that, how horrible, and not be reflecting internally at the same time. Because how energy works, how all of this works, is that when we see things as a reflection of our internal selves, we're able to grow, heal, and move with more honesty and integrity, because we all have flaws. And it's not to forgive the horrible atrocities that are happening on the outside at all. It's developing and fine-tuning our ability to look within and honor ourselves and forgive ourselves and understand more, so that we can step forward with more integrity and not just blindly step forward in response to the horrible things, right? We want to always come from a place, as much as possible, of our own integrity, and not as a response to the outside things. Because when we step forward in response to all the outside things without checking in with ourselves first, we are handing over our power all the time to those people, to those things that we just don't believe in. And what this card shows is that we're taking responsibility for how we respond, how we're growing, how we're acting, and how we're thinking. And even when we have thoughts that are awful, or we are noticing ourselves and our own integrity is not where we'd like it to come from, we are accepting that of ourselves and changing and learning and growing. And the 10 of Wands shows us as midlife women that we are incredibly capable. We are incredibly intelligent. We absolutely know how to do things. And we are no longer going to move forward believing or being tricked into believing that we don't know who we are or how to do things in our own capacity to move forward with integrity, connection, and truth. And so in order to do this, we really do need to shine. Okay, so I'm going to detail this a little bit more one more time, and I want to acknowledge the kind of like kerfluffle of energy that this card is bringing up, and the information that comes through is not always straightforward, because we're moving into a phase where expanding, so it isn't clear yet. And we will have moments of clarity. We will get to a place where we can see a little bit more clearly. But right now, this week especially, these weeks, we're kind of in a hazy, blurred line kind of phase. So just the practice for you as a woman is just noticing I'm confused, noticing I'm uncomfortable, noticing I feel kind of disoriented, and just acknowledging it. That's the number one priority, acknowledging it, and then giving yourself a little hug. It's okay, I'm okay. Talking to a friend, connecting, making sure you're getting validated. It's okay listening to this. It's okay we're confused. It's okay I'm disoriented. And then finding that touchstone, finding something that makes you feel connected to yourself, connected to your life, connected to this earth, connected to the here and now is key. And if you have not found something, or you have not have a touchstone, or you want to try something new, just join my Thursday night meditation group. It's on YouTube and it's live. It's at 8:30 every Thursday, and it's absolutely free. And it's just a place to land, just to close your eyes, connect, and ground, pretty much outside of all of this information that's going on around. I'd love to see you there. And if you need any even further support, just please reach out to me at my website, energyalliance.com, or message me here. And I'll see you all next week. Sending lots and lots of love to you.